Okay, you're all set.
All right, let me just figure it, got it, okay. All right, welcome everybody to the Inland Wetlands Commission of Monday, September 20th. Let me call the meeting to order. Will the secretary take the roll, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Stepanek,
Yes, I'm here.
Miss Jameson, present. Mr. Perkins,
Here.
Miss Kirby, here. Miss Brunali,
Absent.
Miss Woike,
Here.
Mr. Sillo,
Absent.
Miss Ross.
Here.
All right, so we have two slots, regular members, so I'm gonna have Penny, would you move from an alternate to a regular member for this meeting? And Priscilla, will you do the same, please?
Yes.
Okay, so we're all regular members here at this meeting. You have a copy of the agenda, everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Any comments, any questions, if not? Can I hear a motion?
I move approval.
I'll second.
Raise your hands. Motion's carried. You have the copy of the minutes of the regular meeting of July 19th. Any comments, deletions? If not, can I hear a motion?
So
I'll
moved.
Approval of a special meeting of August 9th.
Dan, could I get a second on the minutes, the July 19th minutes? We had a first, I didn't catch the second.
I'll second it. Okay.
Thank you.
A special meeting of August 9th. If there are no deletions or corrections, can I hear a motion?
I so move.
Priscilla?
Second.
George, second it. All those in favor, raise your hand.
And I'm
Motion's-
just abstaining because I wasn't there.
And I'm abstaining too because I wasn't present.
All right, who's, Angela, you're abstaining, and who else?
Peggy,
Peggy.
Peggy, okay. Application number, we don't have any applications for this meeting, but we have two for the October meeting. Application number 212212. This is a joint application between two neighboring properties sharing a pond. And then application number 212213. This is a joint application to dredge a pond that is located on two separate properties. So Kathleen, we have the applications for those and we're ready to go, right?
Yes, they're electronically filed, so you can review everything online. Happens to be two pond dredging applications done by two different pond dredging companies. I will be doing, sort of a deep dive into them the next couple of weeks and gathering any little missing parts that might be there, but they're substantially complete. The applications that have been filed, and we were hoping to do a site visit on, maybe you're not there yet, on October 13th for those particular ones.
Is that is that the week of Columbus Day?
It is.
Yes.
It's the Wednesday of Columbus Day, and I'm just throwing out a date. So if another date works better, I would have to do something after October 12th.
well, that's
I
the
think-
Wednesday after Columbus Day, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works for me. I know that we're away through Columbus Day and then we wait an extra day to get rid of the traffic and then we come home.
Well, I for one can't make it. I won't be able to make it, so I'll go on my own. But let's go down. Penny, can you make the 13th?
Sure.
Angela, are you gonna go on your own?
Yeah, I will go on my own.
Peggy,
I'm not sure. I might have to go on my own.
Priscilla?
Are you talking about the meeting or the site visit?
Site visit on the 13th.
Okay, we may be away. I'm not sure yet, but I would go on my own if not.
Yeah, and
if we
George,
are away.
what about you, George?
Same thing. I'll give you a definite maybe.
So there's only one for sure, and that's Penny, right?
I had two, Beth Benelli and Penny. Is there another date that week that would work better, the 14th or the 15th? We could do it as late as the 18th, but that is you'd be having the site walk in the morning and then the meeting at night. We could do that as well. That would be a Monday.
I think if we move it one day to Thursday, that would be good. I'm pretty sure that I will be here, but we really never know.
So let's, I can do the 18th. I mean, Penny, can you do the 18th?
Sure, I never go anywhere.
Oh,
Poor Penny.
Angela, I expect that you cannot do the 18th.
No, and Monday isn't a good day
Yeah.
for me not to be in the office at 8,
Mondays are always tough.
Yeah.
Peggy?
I just, I hate to say yes and then not show up. So I think I'd
Yeah.
rather leave it as probably I'd go on my own. If I'm there that week, I will definitely come. So I'm writing it on my calendar here, but I just don't want to commit just in case.
Priscilla?
Yes, I understand.
now which day are we talking about?
The 18th,
18th.
18th of October for a site visit.
Oh, that's okay. That's the day of our meeting.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
what we said. Yep.
Yeah, that's okay.
Penny, Priscilla, myself, George, what about you?
I'm gonna hedge it a little bit. I think I'm pretty sure I'll be there. Unless we decide to stay an extra week or so in Maine. So we'll see. But I can't do a site visit by Zoom. So I'll have to, I will go on my own at some point.
So that's 3, right?
I have
Kathleen?
three, and then I could check with Anthony and Beth, which would make 5.
Do you want to go ahead and say the 18th is?
I think that seems the most, since everyone's not so sure. And again, we have done, if it's so more difficult to schedule, I have to make sure I have a quorum. So everyone can go on their own. I'm happy to do it as a group. But I need 4 folks. Right now I have 3 for the
Why
18th.
don't you check? Why don't you check this week and see if that's possible, the 18th?
Okay, so I'll check on the 18th and we were going to do 7:30. Okay. I will let you know. I will confirm one way or another.
Okay. All right, that does it. Open regular meeting. Kathleen, I see we have 7 administrative action reports here. Are there any that you want to highlight or discuss?
So this, the reason that there's 7, which seems like a lot for the time period, but remember we did not meet in August, so I didn't report anything at the August special meeting. So these are basically from July and August and now part of September. 2 of which I believe on this run through or involving septic repairs that we needed to be done. So some of those activities required the wetland review. Some of the other larger projects or the bigger paragraphs, Bridle Path Lane is a lot of infrastructure improvements to the backyard, landscaping, and all sorts of things happening around people making their backyards as beautiful as possible. Let's see, there was 2 septic repairs. Again, item number 13 on Wellesley was a swimming pool and landscaping project, along with sometimes it requires the septic system to be relocated in addition to accommodating the pool, the patio, and everything that they wanted to do at that location. Most of these projects have not started as of yet. The 2 septic repairs are underway. One is actually underway and being done. I went up and looked at it last week. Let's see, Green Meadow is a construction addition off the rear of that home. It's actually kind of switching out a patio and making a gym exercise room. So it's not going beyond the footprint that was there. the last one there was 424 Silver Mine. That one I just did the review and approval for that particular location. It's a garage, fairly large addition. I think I did some numbering in there just so you can get a context of the largeness of the addition for that particular location. No activities in wetlands on obviously any of these, but some of them are in the review area, and everything's going along. We're quite busy for sure. There's no shortage of activity with permits and large projects coming in. Some of our projects that had been kind of in the queue for, it seems like 4 or 5 years sometimes, now suddenly are coming forward. So next month, I'll have another list for you of reviews and approvals. All of these obviously are vetted by, our processes. The health department tells me if they're okay with it, then our town engineer also reviews all the drainage and whatnot before I finalize my review as well. And then I get to see it again when the building permit applications come in. So we cross-check everything to see if everything's in order.
All right, let's go back to our applications for October. Any major things there that we should be looking for if we have to look for it on our own? I may have to go on our own to a site visit.
Yeah, I would say first and foremost, look over both applications completely. The one application is done by a person who perhaps isn't as familiar with the application submittal process. I did the best I could working with that applicant to obtain as much information as possible. At some point I have to forward it on to you guys if they file. So do review the submittals in completion, I'd say, before you go and visit the site, especially if you're going by yourself. I feel like the notices to neighbors on those have just gone out. So I will be getting some calls, I imagine, just from people inquiring, and maybe I'll glean a little more information about those two, the particular locations. I have not fully looked through the submittals other than sort of the cursory review to make sure the checklist items are there. I have reached out to one of the applicants to ask for some additional detail regarding dewatering and how they're going to protect downstream neighbors during the construction projects. The standard questions that you all tend to ask and should be asking when you look at a pond dredging application. So I will be reaching out to you guys once I get some additional information in and let you know that hopefully some additional descriptive material has been supplied, so that when you do go your site, do the site visit, you feel prepared and able to review it in completion. They're two very different pond projects. I can say that's for sure. Totally different landscaping, totally different projects. Both just seem to have been, at some point in time, they were ponds, but after, I don't even know how many years, 50 whatever years, they're no longer ponds. So it's a recreation of ponds in both cases. And honestly, I think pond dredging is becoming more of a positive thing to do due to the flooding effects that we've been suffering in town. If we can unclog some of our natural basins, it's overall better for the flooding storms that we've been having and everything that's been going on with the storms of recent years. So I can't think of anything else. I would just say, as I may have said in my email, look over the material. Let me know if you see huge holes or something that, hey, I really don't get this or I want that. Please reach out to me and I will try to get that over the next month, even sooner than from the applicants.
All right.
And this will be a Zoom meeting again?
We're not certain as of yet. The town has transitioned some boards and commissions to dual. We have held off at this point in time, especially this evening. We didn't have any presenters tonight. Before you got on the call, George, some of the commissioners were commenting on how the presentations have actually gone quite well with Zoom and have allowed good information sharing and whatnot. At this point, I will let you know. I feel as though, and I've seen that the town is still working out some of the technical issues with Zooming and some people in person, some people being more comfortable at home. And then sort of the last comment is we're still in a public health crisis with the variants coming through and everyone's vaccinations kind of waning at this stage in time, and uncertainty about boosters. So there's not a push to force everyone to come together. And I think at this point, it's the chairman's decision, and after discussion, obviously, to decide ultimately what our next meeting might look like. But at this point in time, I sense it might be Zoom, but we will let you know as soon as a decision's been made.
Can I see a raise of hands of people that would prefer to stay with the Zoom meeting? Is there
Doesn't
anyone that, Priscilla?
No, either or, it
Either
doesn't
or?
matter.
Either or is fine with me too. I'll raise my hand. Because I was able to attend 2 meetings this summer from Maine. And so it really kind of lightens up my schedule, knowing if I'm not going to be here, I can always Zoom in. So I kind of like it. It gives me time to prepare, and I could also drink water during it, but it's a very good meal.
Or tea, George.
Well, we could do a hybrid. I mean, I guess I was talking to Pam, before we started the meeting, and she said a lot of commissions are doing a hybrid. So, we could go both ways there too. Yeah.
So Dan, I'm just going to explain what my understanding of a hybrid is. So let's say if we decided to do a hybrid for October, I would need to know who's going to be at town hall and who's going to be Zooming, which that's fine. We could do that. I believe the staff person, would be in the back of the room at the town meeting room, operating some kind of system, not sitting at the table with you guys. And I don't know exactly how that works. So I'll figure that part out. And then let's say maybe Priscilla shows up. She'll be the only one at the table, and the rest of you will be on Zoom, and maybe the applicant comes. I don't really know. I don't know how it all would work. So
Okay. All right.
I have a little concerns about it all working together.
I did try Zooming into a men's club meeting, and it's not that easy, because it's not as if your picture is thrown up on the screen while you're talking with the large screen. So I found that Zoom works well and in person works well. Hybrid, as you said, there's a lot of little issues that can be overlooked.
And also, we do Channel 79 hosts our meeting tonight. It's being broadcast right now. So, the ability for, let's say if an applicant was on this call, they would take the screen over and it's coming up very clearly on Channel 79 rather than a board in the room.
Wonderful.
So there's some tricks to it for sure.
Some tricks, yeah.
I feel like if it's working so well for us, and I think it is, why would we push to go to something else until we have to?
Right, and the town's not requiring anyone to push to go to something. If you're it's everything's functioning fine, we're meeting all the statutory requirements, and we are with our agenda. Obviously broadcasting, listing it online. I think we're actually doing even a better job than, the old way, or the old-fashioned way, I guess we'll call it, pre-COVID. So also it's very interesting, digitally, obviously electronically, the COVID has forced us to have the scanning of all our records and the electronic submittal. I think many more people are actually looking at the applications, and getting their answers, just by reviewing the package that they can easily obtain from the comfort of their home. So I spoke to a gentleman today, and that's what they were doing. They're like, oh, no, we looked at the application, so there's a lot of pluses to it. And I think we just have to somewhat wait and see, especially still being in a public health crisis that we're currently in still.
All right, fair enough.
I was at meeting just last week and we tried to, it was in person, but it could also be Zoom. And it was a nightmare because the people on Zoom, half of them couldn't talk to us or they couldn't hear us. Everybody had, their own computer on and it didn't work real well. So I would say stick with what works right now.
Well, I'm super proud of this commission. You guys stepped up to the plate and we all had to do it together. And we had a couple challenges along the way with the technology, but I think everyone's done a wonderful job. So I would like to continue with Zoom if we could.
Okay, all right. All right, well, just one other, any other business anybody wants to discuss?
Yes,
Go ahead, Penny.
I had understood that earlier this summer, there were candidates for this commission. What's going on with that?
There are candidates, yes. And I did talk to Pam before this started, and she indicated that we probably, she didn't know for sure, make any assignments until November. Apparently, the first selectman and the selectmen are very busy right now, and that's when they kind of get to making appointments and things like that. So, but she didn't know. They could come earlier than November, but that's not far off, November,
No,
Very close.
because it's,
Kathleen, are there any conferences or workshops or anything on the horizon? Do you know anything? No?
Nothing. It's strange. I have not received anything, certainly not in person, and even Zoom, but I will certainly let you know. Speaking of kind of planning ahead, I told Lola to get the calendar going for next year. So maybe at the October meeting, we'll have a schedule for 2022.
Wow.
Of meetings. I know, hard to believe. So we'll get to work on that as well and bring that in October, November.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Do you have something, Angela? Do you want to say something?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Can I hear a motion to adjourn then?
I'll move
Second.
to adjourn.
Peggy, and Priscilla, you're seconding up?
Sure.
Okay. All right, thank you everyone for a short, it was 25 minutes and it wasn't, that went quickly. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
it did. Thank you very
Yep,
much.
yep.
Okay.